So IPO market is obviously on a tear, as we say in our industry. It's been amazing. In 2013, 222 companies went public. Many of them are technology and healthcare. Actually, 2013 is dubbed as the IPO of healthcare year. What it creates, actually, it creates another outlet for companies to have exit. Until 2013 and beyond, obviously, M&A is one of the main exit routes for a lot of technology companies. IPO creates yet another option for them, which was opening and closing window, if you look in the past 20 years. And 2014 will continue to be strong for IPOs for a few reasons. You have private equity-backed companies coming back to market. A lot of healthcare and technology companies will continue to tap the market. A lot of my law firm associates and investment bankers are working on a lot of IPOs right now as we speak. A lot of them are being filed. The Jobs Act is going to be very helpful in new companies tapping the marketplace. And then on top of it, there's going to be a lot of new categories, not only technology, but crossover stories, technology retail, technology healthcare, technology media, that could not tap the market 2-3 years ago, that will tap the market today, partly because appetite for risk has risen for a lot of the buy-side buyers. I don't believe so. I think innovation is being created for the sake of innovation, not for the sake of going public or being sold. I think a lot of companies know that their most likely exit is a sale. IPO is not always the best route to monetize or create shareholder value. So I think it is really innovation for the sake of innovation, and if the IPO is one of the exit opportunities or options, it will be taken into consideration. So as we really technology in the past decade has consolidated. When you look at big companies like IBM, HP, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, and Google, they really consolidated a lot of hardware, software, and services from being really separate industries or areas. A lot of the new debutantes in the past 2 years and going forward will be a lot of crossover stories between new media, retail, software, software as a service, social, a lot of advertising and marketing related companies, both in terms of services as well as products. So as appetite for risk goes up, there is more openness to hear those type of stories, and we will see very innovative and cool companies coming to market in the next year, which didn't have an opportunity to go public, let's say 5 or 10 years ago. So since the 1999-2000 tech bubble, there have been few periods where you had surge in IPOs. I think that lessons have been learned. If you look at companies which are class of 99-2000, a lot of them were either a domain name or an idea with really no revenues, or just a promise. Very few of them made it or still exist. Today, companies that go public are companies that have revenues. For the most part, they have profits. And if they don't have profits, it's by choice, not by default. Most of it goes obviously into marketing and R&D. So lessons have been learned, and when you look at appetite for risk, it's also higher. So we can argue if we have a bubble or not, but it's not the same bubble as we had in 1999 and 2000. It's a different area and different era, if you will, of the way you analyze and look at companies. Google is a great example. When you look at how they're monetizing search, which is most of their revenues, it's just a proof of the evolving business model. Because when you say internet today, it's really, you have today so many connected devices. It's not only the PC that was connected in 1999 or 2000. Today you have not only mobile devices, you have cars that are connected to the internet, you have TVs that are connected to the internet, you have home appliances that are connected to the internet. So the opportunity is there and it's available, and there are a lot of innovative companies out there that know how to make money off of the connected world we're in, either by advertising or services that you give to consumers like you and me. If you know your industry well and you're connected, being a small investment bank, a boutique investment bank, is an advantage relative to where the market is today. When I started on Wall Street 20 years ago, there were many, many more banks. There's been a major consolidation of investment banking, and when you look at where banks used to make money back then and today, it's a little bit different. Today, it's about, the big banks are about giving a holistic view and holistic services, which include restructuring, debt, equity, M&A, and sometimes you have blurred lines between those services and what the client's needs are. A lot of clients would like to have an unbiased, clean view of M&A or fundraising, and I think this is where we, the small boutiques, come into play, where we have really a focused view. I do mainly sell-side M&A for media and technology companies, and I have only one way of looking and delivering my services, whereas bigger banks are a little bit different. I'm not saying it's better or worse, I'm saying that it's complementary in a way.